There's no space for comparison. You stand on your own strength. And comparison do nothing good to anybody. Because why I'm not compared with Kumar or Roshan, or why this mentality to compare it with Khans? What is this? What is behind this?
What do you think is behind this?
It's a conditioning that you want to identify people with groups. He's from that group, he's from that group, and this is something which I don't approve, and I just detest.
Do you go back to Jaipur?
I go back to Jaipur.
How do people react to you?
My childhood is half of childhood is spent in Tonk and half in Jaipur, and when I go to Tonk, they say, please tell them that you are from Tonk. And people say, you're from Jaipur.
They see your movies then?
Yeah, they see, and I was so pleased that
they saw Pan Singh Tomar?
Pan Singh was released in, I used to think that Rajasthan territory is a territory which is very dicey, most of the B-grade films works there. But now Pan Singh was released in 7 theatres and it was doing wonders.
Because of Irrfan?
No, because of the times are changing, because of the audience.
You've got this image, being in cinema, you're breaking in from the outside. You're the guy who's different. And it's also sometimes shown in your movies. I'm trying to recollect your movies. I remember one scene in your movie, I think it's Life in a Metro, which is a fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. Right? Now let me tell you the scene I remember. You are sitting with Konkana, Sen Sharma. I'll tell you whatever I remember of the scene. Right? Mm-hmm. And you are drinking, and then you ask her why she rejected you. Right? Mm-hmm. And then she says, because you are what you are. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
अच्छा तुमने मुझे रिजेक्ट क्यों किया? Tell me honestly, मुझे रिजेक्ट क्यों किया था तुमने?
क्योंकि तुम गलत जगह देख रहे थे, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा।
तुम इतनी खूबसूरत हो, तुम्हारी इतनी अच्छी बॉडी है, और अगर मैंने देख लिया
फिर से कर रहे हो तुम?
अरे नजर उधर चली गई तो उसमें दिक्कत क्या है? उसमें बुरा क्या है? क्या बुरा किया मैंने?
Here's this school urban girl, right? And you're asking her, why did you reject me? And she says that, because of what you are different. And then you say, what's wrong with me? And then she says, you looked at certain body parts of mine.
Yeah.
You remember the scene?
Yeah.
I remember the scene. You looked at certain body parts when you looked at me, and she says, I have never had a relationship with any woman, I think. What do you expect?
It was natural for me.
What do you expect? I'm not suggesting that part is you, but what I am saying is that therefore you come out as the guy. You're not a city slicker, Irrfan, right?
No.
You're not a city slicker.
No.
The other stars in Mumbai are city slickers, right?
Right.
So do you feel you stand out in a Bollywood gathering? People, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You stand out. How conscious are you of yourself?
Initially, I was made conscious. People used to tell me that you use your hands like other stars use, or suggestions.
Like
do like Shah Rukh Khan. Why don't you use your hands
like this?
Really? And you should improve your English. You should be more media savvy. These things. It used to put doubt, because you are in an industry. You are in a market, and you are being evaluated by 3 days of business. So your worth, is directly compared to the business your films are doing. And this is the system, because we don't have control on piracy. So you never know what kind of effect. There's no scale to gauge what kind of effect you are having on people's psyche. Once out of the blue you get Padma Shri, and then you realize my work is being noticed.
Are you saying that people in this movie industry have tried to fit you into a certain pattern?
Yeah, every industry does. Because it's a market, and they want to use you as a commodity, and they want to use you as a product. They want to include you in that package.
But now after Pan Singh Tomar, you don't have to listen to them.
In the past as well, I never listened to them. I'm just trying to create my own path. From the beginning, they were trying to put me into a particular compartment, and they are doing it with everybody because that suits them. This is the nature of film industry.
But eventually, Konkana Sen Sharma marries Monty, right?
Yeah.
In Metro.
Yeah.
Right? So after saying you're not the guy, she accepts the guy.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. That is what is happening to you in cinema.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to happen. That's what I want to. I just want to bring in to the audience my passion for stories, because for me, till the time I'm an actor and I'm in this business, stories are my religion. I don't want, and this thought came to me. I was doing a publicity of some film, and suddenly this thought came to me that this is my God. Story is my God, and I don't have to do dishonesty to the story.
Irrfan from his early days has not been what you'd call popular. Not among audiences, or even perhaps among our filmmakers.
For God's sake!
But then there's no denying that while on screen, his presence is hard to ignore.
अच्छा डिंग डोंग करूं? तुम लोग सब लोग selfish लोग हो यार.
As an actor, he internalizes his characters, adding nuances and minute details, leaving you convinced each and every time.
I don't know, मेरी बीवी तुमसे मिलने देगी या नहीं.
Whether his very first role as a letter writer in Meera Nair's cinema verite feature Salaam Bombay, or an uncouth anti-hero neck-deep in student politics in Hasil, as the understated Makbool in Vishal Bharadwaj's adaptation of Macbeth, or even the awkward middle-aged man looking for a bride in Life in a Metro.
I don't know, मेरी बीवी तुमसे मिलने देगी या नहीं.
और अगर नहीं दिया तो?
मैं नहीं मिलूंगा.
And of course the sadomasochistic poet in Saat Khoon Maaf. Watching Irrfan in action, as filmmaker Danny Boyle would say,
The Slumdog Barks.
is like watching an athlete execute the same move perfectly over and over again.
You remember Salaam Bombay,
Yeah,
where you played the role of a letter writer.
that's right. Yeah.
Many scenes stay with you. I don't know what scene stays with you. I have my moment from that movie. And it is, how many years back was Salaam Bombay?
20 years maybe.
Makes you feel old?
I don't count.
But you haven't aged very much. I mean, you're
because that's the problem with the industry. You don't get roles when you are aged, so you try to push your old age.
When was the first time you walked a red carpet at the global level?
Warrior. Warrior was the film which
How important is global recognition for you now?
Very much.
At this stage.
Very much, because it gives me a chance to find variety of stories, and
Why won't you get them here?
because it's a limited industry, and
But it's growing.
It's growing,
opening up.
and that's the hope, and that's and it's the audience which is compelling them to change.
Irrfan, what is the guarantee that the West will not typecast you
They will.
in the manner in which
Sure,
say,
they
Om
will.
Puri was typecast? And Nasiruddin
Definitely.
Shah, I don't know, I would say he's probably still bitter about it.
Definitely, they will.
They
It's
edit
up to
your
you.
roles, they typecast you, they put you in a certain
But that's
way.
a part of the business. You have to understand that, and it's up to you how you fight with that.
Are you
right?
playing Nehru in the movie with
I was
Kate
supposed
Blanchett?
to.
What
I
happened to
was-
that?
What a script! I loved that script, and somehow it couldn't. It fell apart. Some budget problem or something.
Yeah. Or was it censorship issues really?
No,
Not that.
I don't think so. There was censorship. And so Hollywood gives me a chance to exercise my talent, and it gives me a variety. And I don't do things there to survive. I do things to survive, in this industry. I do things where sometimes I don't believe in those films, but still I do. I try to make best of it.
Through the interview, you have talked about how you put yourself in the shoes of the person you are performing, right? I have always wanted to ask you this, Irrfan, but there was one scene in Salaam Bombay where I felt you were doing the most heartless thing anybody could. When the child comes up, and that moment has stayed with me for a long time. When the child, a small child, I think street child, is coming to you and getting a letter written to his mother, right? And he says also that I miss you at night when I'm sleeping, and he says this is where I'm from, and you say there are so many cities with this name, in India, and he says this as Bijapur near Bangalore. And you write the letter, the child goes, and then you roll that piece of paper and you throw it away, right?
Yeah.
Now tell me, whose eyes were you looking at that scene through? Through the eyes of the child or through the eyes of the letter?
I was just groping because I just came out from National School of Drama and I have no clue about film acting, and I was just trying to explore what is this film acting is all about. But because Meera, we had workshop for 2 months, I was living with those kids, so you know it became much more comfortable for me, but I had no idea what I was doing at that time. I don't remember, but you know, that's why an actor is just a part, is a component in a big machinery. You know, you have to do things which propels the screenplay, which propels the story. If he is not heartless at that time, you know, then the story is not that effective. You know, it gives up kind of. You still remember because he was heartless.
20 बीजापुर है हिंदुस्तान में. कौन सा बीजापुर ये तो बोल.
बेंगलुरु के पास वाला.
चलेगा. बेंगलुरु के पास वाला बीजापुर. पता नहीं कहाँ से आते हैं. साला स्टैम्प भी फोकट में जाएगा.
Most people remember you through scenes and not through the promos when they watch your performances, Irrfan, and that's incredible.
And I don't know how to how to make myself more easier with the marketing thing. You know, that's what you know. You're talking about promos. I haven't understood that, and I don't have, I think, talent to really to sell myself. I don't know. And I've tried it. I've tried to learn it.
Yeah. But are you aware now you're a really big star? Especially, I would say, if you look at the last 6 to 7 years of the body of work you've done, the recognition you've got, the awards you've got, the popularity, the way your movies are happening. I mean, come on, Irrfan. 7, 8 years back, Irrfan, and today's 2012 Irrfan. Right? People react to you differently.
Definitely, I'm aware that my films have made a kind of difference to people's life, and they have become a kind of memory. And they really, like after Pan Singh, they were not talking about what a brilliant performance. They were all blessing me, and that's something which is rare. I know it's not just a popularity. You know, it's something which I'm doing to them, and that's a very very precious to me. And I want to keep on doing it, you know.
I think that's a gift you have. and I really hope that you will be perhaps the first Indian actor to win the Best Actor award at the Oscar one day. Because you have it in you, Irrfan. And you can do it in your own style.
Let's hope.
And maybe then the people of Tonk will have another big legend in their name.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
You ever look back how far you've come?
No, I don't have time for that. I have so much pressure for the future. I keep on looking for the stories, and I wish the time comes when stories starts looking for me. You know, stories they should be around me. You know, I keep searching for the stories, and you know that's a kind of search which is always there in your head. I am hopeful because there is a new generation which is coming, and they are trying to change. And they are trying to really make films which will have their own voice, which will have their own identity. Because when you have to cross, what they talk about crossover films, they can never happen unless and until it's rooted in your own you know, society. It has to be local, and that voice can reach, you know, that voice can become universal. But it has to be local, and I think new generation is very very conscious of it, and the audience is very excited, and they are hungry to see good cinema, and that's a great sign.
I'll always remain an ambassador for that. Fantastic talking to you, Irrfan.
Fantastic.
All the very best.
Kya baat hai.